If you would like more videos like this, consider joining my online library. It's only $15.99 per month, and you can cancel at any time. Here you'll get weekly uploads of new videos around pain management yoga, restorative yoga, Ashtanga yoga, chakra yoga, all sorts. So head to www.yogatraveleronline/membership to join. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to work on our piriformis outer hip area, both strengthening and stretching. And we'll start with using just a simple folding chair, or any kind of chair is fine. I like a folding chair, and you'll see why as we go on. But if you don't have one, just grab what you have. So we're going to take our hands to the back of the chair and our feet about hip width distance apart. We'll just start by warming up our lower region, mostly our glutes to begin, with some squats. Squats also strengthen our lower region. Now you say, this is yoga, why are we doing squats? Well, we're going to do it with breath, and then it becomes yoga. So take an inhale here. Exhale, bend deep, let those hips sink back, and just hold on to the chair for support, for balance. Inhale, lift up, squeeze those glutes there. Exhale, bend it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend it down. We're gonna do 10, so that was 3. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, bend it down. Inhale, engage those glutes. Exhale, bend. 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifted and squeezed. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. And last one, hold that core tight. Inhale, exhale. Good. Lift it up. Very nice. Now take your right foot and cross it over your left. And let's start to lean forward. Now our left leg should be as straight as we can. The right knee might be bent a little bit in the front, just because we're not flat people. We might need a little space. So you can hold on to the back of the chair. If you need to go deeper, you can go deeper. You can go to the back seat here. Even deeper, you can go to this little rung that's right here. And we can feel this stretch along that outer left hip and side of that hamstring, edge of the hip. That's the piriformis, right through there. Good, just holding that strength, that stretch to build the length in our muscle. Very nice. Now starts to come up. Switch our legs. So now your left leg is in front and your right knee should be straight. The left knee might be bending a little bit. That's okay. But keep that right leg straight, and then go as deep as you can. You've got the back of the chair. You've got the seat of the chair, and you've got this little rung, if you can go even deeper. Now, if you don't have a chair that looks like mine, you can do this same thing with a block. Oops. Just holding the block. That's an option too, yes? Either way, let's feel this stretch through the outer right hip down into that piriformis. Good. Keep your breath strong. Very nice. Good. Now let's release that block or lift up from the chair, whatever we're doing, and we're going to turn and sit on the chair. This next position that we will move into, we will do in so many different ways. Starting first on the chair, then we're going to do it on the ground, a couple of different ways. So it's pigeon pose. I love it on a chair because we can sit right near the edge of the chair and lift the right leg up. Let's start with that. Now on our chair here, we can feel ourselves sitting really nice and tall. Let's lift through our center so that we're tall and erect. And right here is your target area. Now you might be so tight that just sitting tall is going to do it, bending our leg into this position. But those of you who might feel like you need to go a little bit deeper, it's very simple. You just lean into it. And what I love about the chair is you can decide how far you want to lean according to the sensation that you're feeling in this outer right hip. Good. Now, if it doesn't feel deep enough, you can get a little creative with your arms. I like to stick my right arm through and grab onto my leg and then bring that left arm down as well. And this is quite deep. I'm almost laying myself completely flat over my legs. So if you didn't feel it before, find a way to get creative and go even deeper. And just feel that outer hip. Ooh. And it's simply our body weight pressing into our leg to open up that hip. Stretch it out. Good. Now come on up and let's grab onto the knee with our left hand. And we'll take our right hand to the back of our chair and squeeze our leg and our body toward each other. So yes, this is a twist. You might feel this mostly through the low back or the upper back because we're grabbing the back of our chair, but you also might feel it through the outer hip. See if you can. Good. Nice. Now place it down. Beautiful. Let's get the other side. Left ankle to the knee. Start here, sitting nice and tall. This might be enough because you can feel that we've angled our leg to get into this piriformis. And then if not enough, start to lean forward until you can really begin to feel it. You should always be able to breathe through it. And if you want to go even deeper, you'll take your left hand through, grab onto your leg, and then the right arm comes, and we just try to relax. Dropping our head down, breathing nice and deep into these hips. Every breath just gets us deeper and deeper. Good. Very nice. Let's start to lift up. Good job. Grab your knee with your right hand. Take your left hand back behind you to that chair and squeeze the leg against your body as you twist. So we're getting into our digestion. We're getting into this outer hip. We feel the upper back. We feel the lower back. So many good things. Good. Very nice. Now set the legs down for just a little bit of balance. Let's do some inner thigh here. So what I mean by balance is we're doing the outer hip, so we should do a little bit on the inner thigh, inner hip as well. Let's spread our legs wide, take our elbows to our knees, and we're just gonna push back as we fold forward. Now don't fall off the chair. Keep yourself there, but just press with your elbows. I can feel that right away on my inner thigh. I don't know about you, but either, we're doing it. We're doing the thing. Looking good. Mine just cracked a little bit. Good. All right, beautiful. Lift up, nicely done. We are actually finished with our chair. So I'm just gonna set it off to the side here. The rest of the time we'll be on the ground, either seated or laying down. So let's start seated. And like I said, we're gonna do pigeon pose in so many different ways. Here's another one. So let's bring this right leg back behind us and bend the left knee. Now, if I turn and you can see, it's like a 90-degree angle and a 90-degree angle, both sides, which means that I'm leaning toward my left hip here. So we're gonna take our left hand to kind of push us into the middle, try to get into that middle of the leg. Now take a breath here, inhale. Exhale, fold forward over that left leg. This is where we should feel the outer left hip. Inhale, we lift it up and we get this fun sensation through the inner right leg and the low back on that right side. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift it up. Let's do it one more time. We're going to go down and stay. Inhale, lower it down. Good. And we might adjust our arms. Maybe elbows in the front. Here's a great time to utilize a block. We can get deep, but not quite as deep. Where's my second block? Maybe something like this. Keep ourselves balanced and feeling that tension along the left hip. Good. Good. Now gently lift up and turn our legs toward each other. Again, for balance, inner thigh a little bit. We don't want to just overdo one side of our hips, one facet of our hips. So a little bit of balance here. Now blocks can be very helpful in this pose as well. Say we're really tight, we can place blocks underneath our knees. And then as we start to lean forward, our legs lay upon the blocks. So sit tall, inhale, exhale, come forward. Very good. Now if you find that you're getting too deep, just slide those blocks away and keep going down as deep as you can. We're balancing out with a little bit of inner thigh here in our Baddha Konasana. Good. Very nice. Come on up. Good, good. I'm going to move these blocks so I can reach them. We'll keep our right knee bent in the front and the left leg pulls back. Remember, you have this 90 degree, and then you're going to use your hands to push yourself into the middle because you're probably leaning toward that right leg a little bit. So take a breath, inhale, exhale, fold forward over that right hip. Can you feel it? There it is. Inhale, lift up. We get hip flexor, quadricep, low back on that left side. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift it up. Good job. Exhale, lower it down. We have one more. We'll go and stay. So here's our lift. Inhale. Exhale. Go down and stay down. So use your arms, come forward. Maybe blocks are the key to bring yourself forward and right in the middle, right on top of that right leg. Good. Very nice. Lift up. Great job. We're going to set this one block off to the side, but take our other block so that we can lay ourselves down on our right side. I'm going to use this block as a little pillow and take my right shoulder underneath. So here I am laying on my right side. That means our left leg is going to be the first one to work. So we're going to extend out our left leg and just start lifting it up. My foot is flexed and we can feel right away this outer hip muscle working. We're going to do 10. Outer hip and glute. Feel it working every time. We are halfway done. Let's count it down. 5. Can you feel it? I can. 4. 3. 2. 1. Very nice. Now let your knees bend so that your feet are stacked right on top of each other. And we're going to do a little clamshell. So the top of the left knee opens up and then we shut it back down. And you should really feel this through the outer glute. Open it up and shut it back down. Plus it gives us a little balance for our inner thigh. We can feel this muscle right here as we lower. So out here, the back of the muscle, the back of that hip, and the inner hip as we come down. Nicely done. We are halfway. We'll count it down from 5. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Very nice. Now gently just push yourself up and let's come to the other side. I'll set this block away, grab this other one. So we're going to lay down. Now we're on our left side, so that means the right leg is going to be doing the work. Get your little block pillow ready. Here we go. Straighten out that right leg and lift it up. I'm straightening it and flexing my foot so that I can really get some strength in this outer hip and glute. Piriformis. Lift and lower. 5 more. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Very good. Bend your knees. Feet are stacked right on top of each other for our clamshell. Just lift the knee, the feet stay together, and then lower it down. And we go back between the glute and the inner thigh. Glute as we lift, inner thigh as we lower. Feel like there's resistance there. Lift it and lower. We'll do one more. Well, one more to halfway. Sorry, I tricked you. Now we've got 5. 5. 4. Very nice. 3. 2. And 1. Very good. Now one more thing here on our side body. Turn and place your hands just crisscross on the floor so you can rest your forehead on your hands and still be able to breathe. And then let's just lift our legs. Feel those glutes and lower. We're going to do this 10 times too. Lift the legs, the glutes are engaging and lowering. If you haven't figured it out, this is strength building for that piriformis area. Lift and lower, lift and lower. We've got 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Now let's take a child's pose. Lift up onto your knees. Let the knees open a little wider than your hips and sit back to child's pose. Oh, it feels good to press into those hips that we just strengthened. We kind of did some drills for them. Now we're stretching out. Feels nice, right? That space between the hips in the low back. That feels good too. Good. Let's lift up. The rest of the time is going to be on our back. So laying down. Good. Very nice. Lay down on your back. Now, I have to move my little scrunchie. Let's take our right knee into our chest and just hug it in. So this presses the curve of the spine to the floor. It feels really nice on our back. Just letting that low back area relax. Straighten out your left leg and you'll feel a little length through that left hip flexor, which is really nice, especially if we spend a lot of time seated. It's really good to lengthen this hip flexor right in the front there. Now we're going to do our third style of pigeon. So we'll reach down with our left hand, grab that right ankle, and then with our right hand, press against the right knee, and we're pulling our body, our leg, at a right angle. So I've got this right leg at a right angle over my body. Now you should feel this in the outer right hip. That's the piriformis. Just like we've been saying. Good. Now take this right foot, place it down, crossed over your left leg. Now we want to keep this right foot on the ground as we use our left hand to pull on the knee. Now it's going to pull on this outer hip. My hip has lifted, has come off the floor, but it's not a full twist where we might be rotating. Keep it mostly toward the ground. So I've got that left glute anchored. You can feel that left hip is strong and steady on the mat. And then I'm just pulling a small area into this outer right hip and glute. Good. Nice. Now bend your left knee again and your right leg should just kind of slide up into a figure four, and we'll do our final pigeon pose. Now I'm going to show you this with a strap as well. So a couple of options for this. You could take the straps around your legs and then pull toward your body. This is great, especially because we don't want to be lifted with our head. We want our head to relax back down to the mat. So if we're really tight, we might have to lift. Use the strap. You could also place the strap, it's harder to get, around your left foot. And this works really well too. So I'm kind of, pulling on my left foot. Now, if you don't need the strap, you're going to take your right hand through the hole of your legs, grab onto your shin, and then your left hand around the side and grab onto your right hand. And then you lay it back down. And we're in a figure four. Good. This is the last time we'll do this pigeon pose. We can feel how this presses the curve of the spine into the ground and how it opens up that outer right hip. That is the piriformis. Good. Try to let your body relax. Let your breathing slow down a little bit. It becomes deep, deep and steady. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Release it down. Drop your left foot. Drop your right foot. Take your arms out to a T. Let's build strength in our glutes with a bridge pose. From the base of the spine, start to roll up one vertebrae at a time, squeezing those glutes, stretching the front of the hips and the chest, a little bit to the neck. cervical spine, just because we've stretched our shoulder blades apart. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. Beautiful, beautiful, good. And we're gonna move on to the left side. Bring your left knee into your chest, hug it in, pressing that curve of the spine down into the mat. Good. Then extend that right leg. So now we're stretching the front of the hip, right in the front of that hip flexor. Good. Now we'll take our right hand, grab onto the left foot, use your left hand against your left knee, and pull yourself into that right angle. So we're getting that outer left hip here. Here's another pigeon pose, but we know it's not the final one yet. Good. And then place that foot on the floor, crossing it over the right. So the left foot is on the ground, and I'm going to take my right hand and just gently tug on my knee, keeping mostly the hips on the ground. So there's just this small area here that's in that outer glute. That's the piriformis, right through there. That's our sensation. Good. And then bend your right knee so that the left leg just kind of attaches in the figure four. Here's our last pigeon pose. Now remember from the previous side what our options were. We could have the strap around our foot and we can pull. This feels great. We can have the strap kind of around the legs and pull. Or we can reach through with our left hand, grab the shin, the right hand on the shin, and then we lay back down again. One way or another, we want our head to be able to connect down to the mat. If you're really tight, you could place a block underneath your head. It's too much for me. We just want our upper body to be mostly relaxed. Yes, you might be holding your leg or holding the strap, but mostly our upper body is kind of relaxed. Good. Very nice. Take one more breath right here. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands. Place the feet back on the floor for our final bridge pose. This time we'll bring our arms by our sides. So you can either just lift up and press the hands to the floor, or you can clasp your hands underneath, pulling those shoulder blades toward each other, where we open up a little bit more of our chest. So that's what's happening in the upper body, but then in the lower body, we've got our hamstrings engaged nice and strong, our glutes nice and strong, squeezing through that low back, building the strength around the outer hips. Good. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Release the hands. Lower down. Take your arms back out to a T and let the legs fall from side to side. So windshield wiper to the right. Windshield wiper to the left. And let them just keep going. Feeling how it's massaging the low back and pressing a little bit on those outer hips as you drop it from side to side. A little bit of inner thigh as well. Do one more time on each side. Good. And then let your legs come to a butterfly. So feet together, knees open to the side. This is Supta Baddha Konasana. We'll just bring our arms by our sides, or you can place your hands on your legs for a little bit of pressure. So just one more time through this inner thigh to let the balance happen, all of that good work that we did through the outer hip. Now we can get into the inner thigh. Good. Now if you feel comfortable here in this butterfly Supta Baddha Konasana pose, you may stay here, or if you would prefer to stretch our legs out, come to more of a traditional Shavasana, of course, that's what you can do. Either way, I will let you relax. Stay right here, breathe for a moment. Take in all the good work that you've done. Think about nothing but just relaxing. Letting go, floating in your mind, heaviness toward the earth in your body, letting the relaxation happen. I'll leave you for a few moments of peace and quiet. I'll wake you up with the sound of a bell, a chime, when it's time. Oh, wasn't it? Keep resting. Start to wake yourself up. Rotate through your wrists and your ankles. Point and flex your feet. Stretch your legs first if you haven't already. I should have said that first. And then point and flex your feet. Lengthen your arms overhead. Feel that strong reach through the torso. Good. And then roll over to one side in fetal pose. Good. Gently press up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to heart center. Good. Thank you so much today for paying attention to your body, to your needs. Grateful for this time that we've had together. I wish you well through the rest of your week. Namaste.